Hey guys, I'm Alex from WhatCulture.com and I'm here with Adam from WhatCulture.com. We've literally got out of the first ever screening of Spectre, which Sony very kindly invited us to, and we really want to talk about it.
Yep.
So here's our initial reaction video to Spectre. It's okay. It is okay.
It's better than Quantum of Solace, but not by much.
And it's much, much worse than Skyfall. It's a fine film, but it definitely feels like a missed opportunity.
They tried to make the film feel a lot bigger and more important than it is. And a lot of those connections that they draw throughout all of Daniel Craig's run, they feel superficial and forced.
Many people will know that from, the trailers and stuff, there's references to classic Bond in here, but there's a lot relying on Craig's era. There's a lot of references to Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall that feel rather odd, that are repeated over the film to give it weight, but don't actually do much. They just feel like they're there just for the sake of it.
Yeah, lots of references to Craig films, but that's all they are. They're just references. At the centre of the film is quite a hollow plot. They're relying on the Spectre name a lot, and ultimately the plot's quite weak, the villain's quite weak, and I thought the action was quite weak.
Yeah, there's a lot of weak links in this film. I think, there's good things. We did like things about it. It's not a terrible movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's not great. The plot is, in parts, a repeat of Skyfall. That whole idea of, is Bond out of touch? Is he obsolete? Is MI6 obsolete? Was in Skyfall and is repeated in an entire subplot to itself in Spectre.
Yeah, the whole, are MI6 dinosaurs? Is Bond too old to be Bond? When's it all gonna end? That theme, it just keeps running and running and running through Craig's films.
And you know what the answer is. You know what the conclusion. Bond is never going to say it's obsolete, so it all feels rather pointless. Villain-wise, it's interesting. There's two great actors playing two great villains, but they're just completely undernourished.
Yeah, there's not enough Batista.
Yeah, Batista is in the film and he has some very, very good action sequences. Great screen presence, very menacing. I thought it was great.
There's not enough Batista in the film.
I thought Dave Bautista was really good. He, commanded my attention, and I thought he was a great adversary to Bond. I don't think we need any more of him at all.
There was not enough Batista in the film.
Do you know who there wasn't enough of? There wasn't enough Christoph Waltz. Now, he's the big bad. He's Franz Oberhauser, and he is a menacing character. But you felt that while he was giving it his all and he was doing his best Christoph Waltz impression, he wasn't quite given enough material to actually work with.
Do you know who wasn't given enough material to work with? Batista.
And Waltz?
What I wanted from Waltz was for him to pull a little zipper from his forehead and pull it down across his face, about the mouth, down his chest, and then open himself up to reveal Batista.
Okay. Actually, that is quite interesting, because while that may sound absolutely ridiculous, like something that would never happen in a Bond movie, Spectre is quite a ridiculous film. It's got not quite the camp of the late Connery Moore era, but it's got a silliness to it. There's laughter in the action sequences. There's a bizarre bit of Fiat 500 product placement in the Rome bit, isn't there?
Yes, and an Italian man makes a great cameo.
Yeah, great cameo. And there is another weird bit with Q, and he's got an action scene kind of-ish. And it's all very odd, but there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of humour. Some of it works, but some of it makes the film feel very different. This isn't the super serious Daniel Craig Casino Royale Bond that we've got to know.
I will say, in terms of laughs and humour, Q is by far the second best thing in the film.
After?
Fatigue.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Q is great, Ben Whishaw's great, and the film overall has some really good stuff in. We're being very, very critical here.
No, yeah, you put it better yourself.
Oh, of course. As we're walking out, I turned to Adam. First thing I said was, right, Skyfall was a great movie that happened to be a Bond film. This is a quite good Bond film that happens to be quite an average movie.
Yeah, if you take Bond out of the movie does not work.
Yeah, you need to like Bond. If you don't like Bond, this is an average action flick with some pretty nice cinematography.
I mean, it looked really expensive.
Oh, very expensive. I mean, there were discussions about how much it was actually going to cost during production, and I think Sam Mendes must have won out because it looks expensive. It's all up on screen, aside from some shaky CGI in the opening sequence.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with the opening sequence. They claimed it was the biggest one ever.
It's big, and the opening shot is phenomenal. That, for me, is the highlight of the film.
Alex, can you sum the film up in 3 words?
Disappointing, but all right. You?
I like Batista.
No, of course you do. Stay tuned with whatculture.com for more Spectre coverage in the coming weeks, as well as a bit of Batista. Spectre is in cinemas from October 26th in the UK and November 6th in the US. I'm Alex.
I'm Adam.
And we'll see you soon.